Hello everyone. So I'm on vlog 2, keeping up with doing this every day. I was kind of rushing yesterday, so I didn't get through a lot of things I wanted to talk about. So basically I'm doing 75 hard. I finished day 15 yesterday. I had started it November 1st, and then on day 20, I forgot to take my progress picture. I was starting my workout on what would have been day 21, and I went to log it in the 75 Hard app, and it was like, you failed. And I was like, oh no. But I remember watching or listening to one of Andy Frisella's podcasts where he was talking about forgetting to take his progress picture and starting over, and he might have been on day 20. It was somewhere similar to where I was at. So I was like, well, Andy's the creator, and if he's restarting because he forgot his progress picture, then I will too. So started over. So I'm a little over 2 weeks in. I'm feeling good. I was a little bit like tired last week, so my workouts weren't as intense as they usually are. And so I'm not going to explain all of 75 hard. If you are interested, there's plenty of videos online about it, and Andy has everything on his Instagram. So for my diet, I'm doing low carb. I previously did a very strict keto diet and lost 60 pounds in a year. I was preparing for my wedding, so my goal was to be under 125 pounds, and I was 124 pounds on my wedding, and then kind of fell off after that. I stayed pretty low carb for maybe 6 months after, and I was also working out. I used to go to Orange Theory, so I was doing that, and I was cycling at a spin studio in town. So I had a lot of exercise in my day, so it kind of offset how I was eating because I wasn't eating very good at the time. And eventually I kind of fell off of exercising, and my eating just got worse, and I ended up gaining all my weight back. And when I started 75 hard on November 1st, I had already lost maybe 10 or 15 pounds. Maybe a little less, because I weighed in yesterday and I'm just at 20 pounds lost. So I started my diet again in September-ish. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with my diet and my weight loss so far. I've been drinking my gallon of water each day. I do add Element to it, so I get through that. I did not think I was going to finish it Sunday night because I was so behind, but I did. I haven't been drinking. I actually kind of stopped drinking in like the end of August, and the only time I've drank since then was when I went to Vegas for the We Were Young festival. I got into Vegas on a Friday, and I drank way too much Friday night because I haven't been drinking, so I overdid it. I had to have an IV the next day because I was dead basically. I didn't drink at all during the festival, which was really nice. It was fun and sober, and it was great. And then Sunday, I did drink a little bit. I had some of the free mimosas that they give you, and the person I was with is friends with this family who was staying in the mansion in Vegas, the MGM mansion. So we hung out there for a little bit and got drinks. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do another video talking about it, but it was great. I think we're gonna do it again next year. And so for reading, I've read a couple books already. I read, I don't have it down here. I don't know what it's called. It was basically this guy's journey of his becoming like the most healthy version of himself. He's a writer for some newspaper, I don't remember, but he was very funny. He was interesting. You know, like, I think I have different views on health just like anyone else, but so I didn't agree with everything that he was talking about, but I did enjoy the book. You don't always have to agree with everyone to like things that they like. So I finished that book. I'm currently reading, pull it here. Currently reading The Obesity Code by Dr. Fung. I'm almost done, getting close. I love this book. It's so good. I'm gonna reread it and probably take notes because there's a lot of information in here. And I like Dr. Fung because I think he just, like, you know, he sticks to the science and he doesn't care about what the mainstream is saying. He just, you know, he understands how the body works, and he's a doctor. He gets it. He sees it every day. So I'm reading that, and then I'm also reading The Bullet Journal Method by writer Carol. I kind of want to get into bullet journaling. It seems a little bit overwhelming to me, just like most journaling, and I tried journaling before, and it's hard for me to take the time to do it. So I think if I can figure out a method for bullet journaling, it might make it simpler and not as overwhelming for me. I just need to figure out my method, because that's kind of what he talks about, is coming up with your own method for it. So yeah, those are the two books I'm reading right now. The bullet journal method reads really quickly, so I'll probably finish that up soon. I've been waking up at 4:40. Actually, I was waking up at 4:45. This week I started waking up at 4:30, which I like better. It gives me a little bit more time in the morning. I like kind of having my time before I go to work. I usually leave for work around like 7:10 or 7:15, and I'm there by 7:30. I like being there before 8 because everything just starts getting so busy at 8, and I can sit down with my boss and talk if he's not on the phone already. And yeah, so I've been going to bed around 9 o'clock. Sometimes I'll be up a little bit later than that, but I don't like going to bed much later than that because I need my sleep. I'm not someone who does well without sleep. So yeah, so that's what I'm reading and doing and waking up and everything. And during the day, I'll go on an outdoor walk. Sometimes I'll do it. I was doing it at night, but it's so dark and there's a ton of moose in my neighborhood, so it's a little scary to be out by myself. Sometimes I'll take my dog, but it's been too cold. And yeah, there was one day I saw a moose, and it was the biggest moose I've ever seen in my life, and it was broad daylight. Usually they don't come out till later in the day, but it was on Thanksgiving, actually, midday. The biggest, it was like bigger than a car. It was huge, and it was on one of the paths that I was about to go on. So anyways, I've been going during the day downtown, just walking around. I've been trying to stay in areas with more people because I did go on one of the trails in town, And there usually is a lot of people on that trail, but I only saw like two walkers, and then there was a homeless camp, and I saw a guy sleeping in one of the tunnels, and so it just kind of made me uneasy to be by myself. So I've been just walking around the neighborhoods, enjoying the architecture, and having some time off work, you know, midday is kind of nice. And my boss usually goes and works out at the same time. He's been out of the country. Yesterday was his first day back, so yeah, it's been nice going during the day. And it frees up my evenings too, because I like being able to watch a show or, you know, cook or do something in the evenings, and when I have to do my walk, it really limits my time. Like yesterday I went to Costco, and I've had to do my walk before or after Costco, and then it's like by the time I get done, it's time for me to go to bed. So that's pretty nice. I've been watching Gilmore Girls. I've never seen it before, so I'm on like episode 8 or 9, and it's very funny. I tried watching the pilot once, like a long time ago. I got like halfway in. I should have just watched the whole thing because I would have liked it. And a couple weeks ago I was like, I'm just gonna finish the pilot, just give it a second chance, and it's actually very funny. So if you haven't seen Gilmore Girls, I would recommend. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been doing, and my goals are kind of just to, you know, get through 75 hard. I want to do that. I don't really have a goal weight in mind right now. I just kind of want to lose the excess weight I have. And then I want to work on maintaining my weight. Before, when I lost my weight, I had, you know, this big goal of my wedding. And once I hit that, I never thought about what would happen after. And I've watched a lot of the Keto Twins videos, and they kind of talk about this too. But, you know, thinking about what happens next. So I feel like I'm in a different mindset this time around. I want to maintain my weight loss. I want to stay healthy. I feel so much better eating low carb. I don't track anything. I just eat, you know, I mostly eat meat, salads, that kind of thing. I just stay away from, you know, breads, pasta, you know, all the foods I really, really like. But I don't feel like I'm restricted in any way. I feel really good. I feel like my sleep's gotten better. Even if I don't have a great night's sleep, I can still get up in the mornings and work out and do the things I want to do. Whereas before, like if I didn't get a full 7.5 hours of sleep, I'm like donezo for sure. But yeah, and it helps my mood. My husband even said that I'm less grouchy when I'm doing this kind of eating. I used to get migraines a whole lot, and the first time I did it, they went away, like all of them. I did get a little bit of a headache the other day, but I did have a ton of caffeine the day before, so that's definitely why. But it was fine. I just, you know, took some Tylenol and went away. But I don't get the migraines like I used to. Like I used to just, you know, the light, the sound, everything would bother me. I'd have to be in a dark, quiet room. So yeah, that's better. My depression is helped by it. I really don't even struggle with depression now. I do get anxiety sometimes, but it's very mild compared to what it used to be. And yeah, so I do see my moods just leveling out. I do notice though, if I miss my morning workout, I get grumpy during the day. And I work a very stressful job. I'm a paralegal. So it, you know, doesn't take a lot to upset you in my job. Like yesterday we had a client die. Like it just, things happen. Or you get an upset client, or, you know, I work with someone who's very difficult to work with, and depending on his mood, it can affect my mood because I'm that kind of person. So, you know, just, it's nice having this thing where I'm like so much more level-headed than I was before, and I'm so much like, I get so much more done. I'm a lot more productive when I eat this way. And definitely like the working out and everything helps. So, and there's a lot of things or reasons why, besides for these little things. You know, I love mountain biking, and like I used to go every day, and the last, well, 2 years ago there was so much smoke you couldn't be outside, but last year I tried biking and I was so out of breath, and I was just going through my neighborhood. I wasn't even on any trails. So this year I didn't, maybe went on like 2 bike rides, but I started Copilot a few months ago, and I love it. It's great. And I've been trying to get on my bike at night when I can. I have a stationary bike in my house, so just trying to work up my leg muscles again so I can start going biking again. And, you know, having the excess weight gone really helps with that. I also want to try running again. I did run before for a while, but I wouldn't consider myself a runner. But I do want to eventually be someone who runs. One of my favorite people is Courtney Dauwalter, and I'm not ever gonna be like her, but I look up to her. I would like to run, maybe do a marathon or something, but probably not an ultra marathon. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at and where I want to go. And I'll just keep checking in every day, letting you know how I feel, and maybe doing a couple other videos throughout the week, more produced videos, I guess. I'd like to do a couple cooking videos. I have a couple recipes that I really enjoy that I'd like to share. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a really good day. Bye.